Hey.
Good morning.
How's it going, buddy?
It's going good. Happy Saturday. How are you?
I am doing well. Here, got the hopefully I have the comments coming in. If people if anybody's joining us, just let us know if you can hear us okay, if you can see us okay. I'm doing StreamYard today, so hoping I can get everything going on and and working properly. I do have the comments pulled up, so if we have any comments pop in, I should be able to see them. Now, let's see. It does live. I can see that we have one viewer, and that's me. Okay, so I'm the one viewer.
Make a comment. Okay. Give a like.
Make a comment. Let me post a comment. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, we're trying some things out. We still got some kinks to work out, having some technical issues on your end, but we're going to figure it out.
We're going to figure it out.
No
Welcome
problem.
to StreamYard too.
Yeah, it was a little daunting at first because it seems very simple and intuitive, but I was having a really hard time. Oh, Trevor McGuire says, good morning. Can hear you just fine.
Hey, Trevor. Perfect. Thanks for tuning in.
Look at this. We have Trevor.
Another Trevor. What's up, Trevor? How you doing?
Hey, Trevor. Nice to actually, I guess, pseudo virtually meet you. I've known your work for years, but we've never chatted. So thanks for joining the stream. I appreciate it.
He's a lovely fellow. His Hot Toys collection is amazing.
Oh, I see it in the background when I'm watching.
Yeah, it's amazing. Definitely.
Look at this. It's a 2 Trevor morning. Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Just enough Trevor.
Just enough. It's an all Trevor chat. Exactly.
We had a good time on Offworld last night talking about animated shows from the 80s and the theme music. It was so much fun.
Dude, that's what this channel is all about. Trevor, give us both Trevors, give us a check out my channel, Saturday Morning Toy Collector. I was born in the 70s. I was raised in the 80s, and so I'm a kid of the 80s. And
that's where it's at.
You know, it's like that's what my channel is all about, is modern day remakes of figures that were based on Saturday morning cartoons, you know, afternoon cartoons as well. But thank you guys for joining us today. We're going to get right into it. You guys know how we do everything. We do weekly pickups. We do an unboxing. Sometimes it's going to be the exact same thing that we're going to unbox, and we'll both give our thoughts on it. Like last week, Greg opened a Bastet and I opened Anubis, and that was a lot of fun. This week, we are going to be opening up the Frazetta Girls Fire and Ice Dark Wolf figure. We both have it. I have not even taken mine out of the wrapper yet. So we're both going to be taking a look at that and giving our thoughts on it in real time. After that, we're going to be taking a deep dive into all of the G.I. Joe classified series reveals this week. I know a lot of people, like when we post this link in the Cabal, you know, just because we like to share it with our friends, a lot of people think that it's only a Mythic Legions show. It is not. I don't think a show is going to go by where we can't talk about Mythics, because it's so like a part of both of our collections, or Cosmics or Figura Obscura. But yeah, because I know somebody commented, I think when maybe you posted it last week in the Cabal, everybody's like, well, why'd you call it double jointed? Because they're certainly not double jointed. And it's like, well, because, you know, it's two of us.
Yeah,
we're not double jointed, but
it's a catchy name. I think it's funny. I laughed that whole day that you recommended that name. I'm like, yeah, that is it. That is the name.
It was such a joke throwaway name. I was like, this is never going to fly. But he was like, no, this is
I laughed, dude. I was on my way home and I just thought that was so damn funny.
Somebody in the Cabal commented, they said, if you guys like smoked weed, like the logo should have like 2 joints. And I was like, dude, that's brilliant. Like, just get high and talk about action figures. And the show is called Double Jointed. Like, that's absolutely brilliant. I don't know why we didn't think about that to begin with.
Right.
Anyway, dude, let's go ahead and jump right in. Let's get into our our weekly pickups. Oh, that's so fun. Did that come through?
I love it.
You get a chance to see it?
Yes.
Perfect.
Love it.
Awesome. All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and defer to you because
What?
I don't have so I don't have any new figures that I bought from any kind of toy store that came in this week. It's been really low.
Dry week, huh?
Yeah, it's been dry because I'm saving up my money because I'm going to Heroes Con next weekend and Joe Fest the weekend after, and I got to buy some Mythics. I got to buy some Savage Crusaders.
Understandable.
But
okay.
I do have some nice pickups, and I've been waiting all week to share them, and they are Mythics related. So I'll let you go ahead and jump in there. You go first, buddy. What you got?
I got some AWOC. I've got Ash. Doesn't say. Oh yeah, his Ash. He's I think he's like a coyote or a jackal. Not really sure.
How
and
are
then
those figures? I've never bought one.
They're amazing, dude. And then I got his armor.
Nice.
These are kind of just the basic buck. It's just the basic figure. And they're just fun. They're super easy. You don't have to heat them up or anything. You just take them out and play. Yeah, I when I was in ZoloCon, Rygor, Ryan Gonzalez, he had an AWOC figure that he had just bought from their table, and he's like, "Here, check it out." And I was just messing with it, and I had so much fun. It's an Onyx figure, which is the black panther. So this one's kind of like, I think it's like a jackal or something. So yeah, I picked it up. Gonna recommend a online store called Articulated Empire that you turned me on to. Steve at Articulated Empire took care of me. Great shop. He ships, like, I think I bought these on a Sunday, and he got me the shipping label like that day. So super happy with that store. They have a lot of AWOC stuff on there. They've got some Accessory. They do have some Cosmics, I think. So definitely check them out. Give them a check out. And then absolutely. I got my Zaxxas in. Where did the other one go? So I got.
Oh, nice.
I got the Red Jet, the Tusk Pilot.
I'm so looking forward to get my hands on them next week.
I love these purple boxes. Yeah, we'll have to do an unboxing when you get yours. How come you didn't get? Oh, you're waiting until the con. Yeah. I'm like, why didn't you get yours yet, dude?
Yeah, no, I didn't do an all-in. I didn't do like a pre-order for them, so yeah, I had them pre-ordered on Big Bad Toy Store, but you know, like they're going to be at so many cons that I'm going to be at over the next couple of weeks, so I'm just going to pick them up at the cons and save myself some cash.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, she's the one I want the most. I can't.
Yes, me too. I'm super stoked to open her up. But I'll wait for you. We'll do an unboxing. I'll just kind of
let's do that. I should have them by next weekend.
Look at them longingly, and
don't wait for me, man. Pull them out. No. Play with them.
I'm just teasing. I have a ton of things to open and stuff. So I did also open an actual opening. The McFarlane Toys.
I saw him just yesterday at my Target. Yeah, he looks really nice.
This figure, and he's got a wired cape. Soft goods. Thankfully, I wouldn't have bought it if it was plastic. Right. But it's just a great figure. Comes with a stand. It comes with a little first appearance like baseball card, but it moves well. It's got kind of a clicking. The joints have kind of a clicking. Got multiple hands. Comes with this crazy blue wrench that I guess Batman was clobbering people with in the first issue. I've actually never seen or read the first issue, but great figure, dude. I mean, I'm not a huge McFarlane I don't buy all of his stuff, but every once in a while, the dude puts out a banger. And
Yeah,
this, in my mind, is a banger. I love this figure.
absolutely.
And I
I
think
saw that at my local Target yesterday. I almost pulled the trigger, but I was like,
you pull the trigger. It's a nice figure. Nice figure. And I do have an Iron Man, but I left it in the other room. So we will
that's all
say
right.
those are my pickups for the week.
Sweet. So Trevor says, "Light them up, fellas." Yeah, absolutely. I partake in the mints. Glowman says, "I'm just dropping in. Can't stay this time. Working with some clients. Yeah, he's got a busy Saturday."
What's up, Randall?
And then Trevor says, "I wish cons out here on the left coast had a. I've never heard it called the left coast before. That's amazing. Had a Legion's presence. Oh man, that's
I
crazy that they
totally
don't.
agree. I totally agree, Trevor. I'm here in Michigan. I'm from the left coast, and the left coast. There's so much going on toy wise. There's cons like every weekend that you can go to, but unfortunately, Legions. I mean, there is some Legions presence out there, I believe, but um, just not as strong as the East Coast. Unfortunately,
Yeah,
it's kind of like the In-N-Out Burger of toys, where they only go so far. So you have to do
right.
all your online. You got to do your pre-orders and stuff like that, Trevor. That's the way to get your goods, man.
Yeah, I think it does help now that I think about it that I'm here in Florida because yeah, we have a pretty big
Mm-hmm.
Legion's presence here. We even have we have a toy store. I live in Tallahassee, so there's a toy store in Jacksonville, which is just 2.5 hours east of us, called Mythical Mountain. And it's not a Mythic Legions store; it's just so perfectly named. But they have a huge Mythic Legions
Mm-hmm.
section, and it's awesome. Like Cosmics, Figure Obscura, they carry everything.
Mm-hmm.
So that's not a bad drive if I need to go pick up something from a store,
Right.
But they're pretty much at every con around me that I go to. They'll have a street team there, so I'm able to pick stuff up. Jeff says, "Howdy, good
So,
morning."
Jeff,
Hey, Jeff, how's it going?
I also recommend Trevor to check out the Cabal regularly. There's always people that are selling, and 99% of people in Cabal, I'm going to say 100%, are trustworthy. You can always ask for
Yeah,
references, but always good sales going on. Usually before a big con, people are trying, or a big wave being released, people are trying to offload some of their extra stuff. So definitely check out the Cabal for, and that's the Facebook Mythic Legions
right.
webpage, Facebook
Dude,
page.
that's a perfect segue into my 2 weekly pickups. So I made some
There
trades
we go.
this week on the Cabal, and they were some pretty hefty trades. These are probably two of the craziest trades I've ever made, and I wanted to surprise you with them. That's why I've been kind of coy about talking about them all week while we've been kind of talking back and forth. So first, I want to shout out Steve Phelps in the Cabal. He posted that he had some pretty sought after figures that he was willing to let go of. And I ended up making a big trade with him. I traded 3 figures and I received this.
Woo, Zalona.
That is amazing. I never thought I'd have
Wow.
a chance to get her, and she is incredible. And I'm loving this neck piece and how it has like the back adapter for stuff, but the neck piece does cover up like her little pauldron holes, which
I,
are
I
right
was going to
there.
ask about that. That is such a unique figure,
Yeah. So like
but
basically,
beautiful.
if you pop her head off,
You took off her head.
then this piece is just it's a
Ah,
regular female body, so it's got the fur sculpted right there, but
oh,
if you
cool.
lift this up, like there's the holes there right
There's
there.
the holes. Does she come with any pauldrons or no?
She does not come with pauldrons.
Okay.
And he was willing to let her go because it looked like somebody had like tried to customize her, or maybe the hand had broken and somebody tried to like glue the hand a little bit. I mean, it comes out, it's loose, and so it does still rotate, and the hinge works, and
Yeah.
the rotation works, but it looks like somebody tried to like fix maybe the joint or something. So he was like, "Hey, I just want you to be super aware of that."
Yeah.
Steve is a great dude. We ended up like just chatting for a little while, a couple of different nights throughout the week, because he wanted to FaceTime like when we started making the trade and working everything out, he wanted to
Uh-huh.
FaceTime. He's like, I want to show you this wrist. I want to, I
Yeah.
don't want, I know I posted it in the pictures, but I want to show you absolutely like what's going on. I don't want to try to
Yeah.
like scam you or anything. And I was like, no, that's cool. And
I
so
respect that.
he's a collector out of Texas, and he is a swell dude. Now I did trade 3 figures for her. I traded Sir Owain.
Mhm.
I traded Romulus because he is army building a Romulus army. I think he showed me his bin. He's got 24 Romulus figures.
Oh,
already.
wow. That's like Jonathan Hughes. He's the Vitus guy. And he and Walter, he's a Malleus guy.
Right.
So does that make me an Azza guy? Because I collect
I guess so.
multiple Azzas. So
well, when
anyways,
you have 24 Azzas, you let me know
right.
because you can join their ranks. And
Right.
then I also send him a Shadow Elf Warrior.
Okay.
So I feel like, you know, I know he definitely got some Legion builders that he wanted to fill out his ranks, but I really feel like I got the better end of that deal.
That's a good trade.
Because I feel like, I mean, she's a $200 to $300 figure.
Yes.
I mean, she, and you know, and I want to say that she's one of the only good like 4 leaders that we've gotten, right? Like of the 4 like good guy leaders, isn't it Xylona, like the 4 gods or whatever?
Yeah.
Like, I don't remember
Ethereon.
how many
there's Ethereon.
we've
right.
gotten, and then her, but we've never gotten like a Leodicius, have we?
I don't think so, no.
And then the other
Basilia.
one,
Is it Basilia?
yeah.
Maybe.
Is that
think
it?
so.
And we haven't gotten that one either. So I figured I needed to, and I'll probably never own Ethereon. So that's fine.
Oh man, Ethereon is super expensive too. I was talking to my buddy Fernando. He's looking for another Ravina. He bought one, but he's like me. He wants a loose one. And I think he was going to post it on Cabal, but he was kind of asking. We were talking about rarities in Mythics, and I said that like the fans, they don't really want to give up the rare figures that they have. Sure. You know, every once in a while you'll see someone that may want to, you know, that may be leaving the line, or they're just not interested anymore, and you might be able to snap up some of their stuff. But like a lot of collectors, like you're not going to get rid of your Xylona. Now that you have Xylona, you're not going to get rid of her. You know what I mean? So I think that's why there's a lot of rarity in this line. So it's kind of hard for new fans to try to find some of those older figures because they just don't usually come up unless somebody really needs the money or something. They're not going to sell their Otho or their Xylona or Ravina or, you know, figures of that type that are
sure.
a little bit more rare. So,
and I also think as the guys round out their story of Mythos, you know, knowing that we've got we will with Necronominus Wave have all 4 of the bad guy, you know, the 4 horsemen. I think they're probably going to want to go and make sure that they finish out the 4 good guys as well.
Right.
And I think, you know, that may be a situation where we end up getting like a Xylona version 2.
Absolutely. I completely agree with that. And Ethereon also, I think
absolutely.
Definitely supply those because I think they're central characters to the Mythos story. Yeah, you need that.
So the other thing is I immediately reached out to our good friend Sean over there at Action Figure Armory, and I was like, I'm gonna need a cape, man. I'm gonna need a cape.
Some stuff good.
He was like, listen, I don't have a Xylona and I don't know how this works. He's like, send me a bunch of pictures. And so I took a bunch of pictures of her back and her neck and everything, and I sent them over. And he was like, man, this is awesome. Let's try to figure this out. And he's like, I'm going to work up some prototypes. And he was like, throw a cape on there and put the collar piece on it, take a picture and show me how the chain sits and all that kind of stuff. So I did all of that this week. And he's working up a couple of capes in a couple of different colors. I said, let's just do like a white and a green. And he was like, I don't know. Like we have a couple different greens, one for Faunus, one for Krotos. He's like, put the Krotos color on there and let's see how that works. And
I think I have the Krotos one.
I do too.
That one, yeah.
And so I went. He was like, maybe white would be too bright. Maybe we go with an off white or like a silver. So he's working some stuff up. So I needed to buy a cape for Zarya because you sent me that Zarya. And so I was like, I'll do that, and I'll buy 2 Zaryas. And he's like, no, these are prototypes. I don't know how they're going to work out. I'm just going to send them to you for free. And I'm like, dude, you're a saint.
That
so
dude
I bought one cape.
So cool. Such a nice guy.
And so yeah, so he's sending me some capes for that. Now my next one, to me is even bigger than that. And
what?
Before you go, I know I know what you're thinking. You're thinking my guy got his Halmir. I did not get my Halmir. I wish I could get a Halmir. But you guys in the Cabal, you know of Timothy Fung. He is always selling and trading.
Where does that guy get where does he get his figures from?
I don't know.
He's got a tree. It's a mythic tree in his backyard that they just he just plucks.
I think he knows somebody because he's always got stuff going on. And so so he posted this past week or about a week ago that he was looking that he desperately needed a Hadriana, and you had just gifted me a Hadriana. But what he was looking to get rid of, I thought, this is my chance. Here's my shot. So I sent him a message. And I think he keeps messages turned off because I think he just keeps getting inundated with messages all the time.
I'm sure.
And so like, you have to message, you have to like chat him in the chat and then like have him reach out to you. And so I said, hey, I have something you're looking for. Hit me up. So he messaged me and he was like, what do you have? And I was like, well, I've got this Hadriana, and he was offering this up as trade. And so I got.
No way, dude. Wow.
Right there. So I offered him a Hadriana and he was like, I think could you throw something else in there to sweeten the deal? And I was like, absolutely. I was like, here's a couple of stuff that I have. I got an extra Valiant Knight. I know people are, going after those like crazy. And he's like, I'll take it. So I sent him a Hadriana and a Valiant Knight. And I got my Balam.
You should have offered an autographed headshot too. Like that would have
So now I've got my legit actual Balam, and then I have my custom painted head.
I'm gonna say your custom painted head might be better, dude. I'm just saying.
Man, you know what? The colors are a little more vibrant. My camera is like making this really bright, but the Balam head's actually really dark in person. It's not nearly this vibrant. I think
I love that purple armor too. That would be hard to replicate that armor, like to paint it.
I wasn't gonna try it.
I wouldn't either.
I was just like, I'll put him on like a Xylernian guard and body, and I had a couple of these, and so that's what I did. And so I felt really bad because I had to trade away the Hadriana that you had just.
Don't feel bad, dude. That's a worthy trade. I know that was one of your. I hate to use the word grail pieces, but yeah, that's one of your grail pieces. And I might have an extra Hadriana, so I'll check. I might have another one.
I was thinking I can get Hadriana at some other, because she's not nearly as hard.
Yeah, I see her all the time. But I recommend Hadriana to any collector. She's a little bit up there in price, but just a fantastic figure. Excellent figure. Especially when you throw on those action figure armory capes. Yeah.
So I felt bad. I really, really did feel bad. And I was like, when I tell Greg, I was like, I know there's going to be a little twinge of hurt there, but I was like, I feel like Greg would appreciate what I got in return.
No, you traded up. Now, if it was like some junky, Black Series, I always wanted this Emperor figure, I'd be like, dude, you made the wrong choice.
We're done with this show. It's single jointed.
Yeah,
it's single jointed.
No, I'm so happy that you got a Balam, dude. I know that was, and I don't have a tinge of hurt. I have a tinge of jealousy because
oh my gosh,
that is a beautiful figure, and I would love to add a Balam to my collection. And that's another one of those figures that people don't really see it very often. So if anyone's looking for a figure in the Cabal, always be ready. Always be ready. Have that PayPal ready, because people in the Cabal, like my boy Ari, he is always on the hunt for rare figures. and he's PayPal ready. So if you're hunting for something in the cabal, be ready. Don't be like, oh, I'll message him after work. No, that figure is going to be gone. If it's a
Yeah.
rare figure, pull the trigger as soon as you
I
can.
think I caught Timothy Fung's post like within 15 minutes.
I saw that post
up.
too. Yeah, I saw that.
And I commented, I was like, I have something that you're looking for. Hit
Yeah.
me up. And I
Yeah.
was like, and then when he messaged me, it was about 10 minutes later. He's like, yeah, what do you have that I'm looking for? I was like, man, dude, I couldn't believe he accepted my trade. I thought I'm reaching.
No, a Valiant and a Hadriana.
Yeah, that's close.
That to me, that's
close.
a good trade. That's a good trade for because you can get both of those. You know what I mean? You can get those a lot easier than you can get a Balam, in my opinion.
Yeah. I would probably be able to replace my Valiant Knight next weekend for cost.
I have extras if you need them. I got
I mean, you can't have too many. I got one small little pickup. It's not Mythics related, but my daughter, who is 5, one of her best friends lives next door. His name is Grayson. He's 6 years old. He came over last night. He had just got back from like a place we have here in town called Hangar 38. It's like an arcade, bowling alley, video game diner, and they have some of the best food around. It's
my kind of place.
But he won me this, and he wanted to give it to me.
Oh,
little Mando squishy. So shout out Grayson.
Thanks, Grayson. Hey, Jeff made a comment, but I didn't see it. What did you say, Jeff? I didn't.
He said if you haven't yet, smash the like button. I
appreciate thanks, that. Jeff. Appreciate that.
Let's see here. Let's go back to some comments before we shift over to our unboxing. Randall says you got to watch out for that guy Mark on the Cabal. Yeah, that's right. You do. You got to keep a. Trevor said he's a lurker. He had a. I try to be positive on there. The one toy store by me that had Legions close their doors at the end of COVID, and the Cabal just not that active. Yeah, that's tough when you have a favorite shop.
It's still, I hate to say it, but it's still kind of a niche line.
Right.
It's almost like have you heard? It's not at Target. It's not at Walmart or it's one of those kind of specialty toys that
right.
is word of mouth or seen on the internets.
Trevor says, I only give up rare pieces if they don't speak to me and I can fund something else with selling them. Absolutely. That's how you do it.
I get that. Or if I'm, and that's something like if I buy a lot of mythics, and I'll get an extra of something that might be rare, I'll hang on to it, because it's trade fodder. So if I get, a Khador or an extra Brother M, and I may not want that, but I can use it to trade to get something I do want down the road. So that's it's a smart play.
Yep. Trevor says Hadriana is one of my faves. She's a glorious figure.
Yeah, such a good figure.
Greg blew me away when he sent me that figure. I loved it so much. I got a soft goods cape for it, and I had it up on my shelf, and it hurt me. But I was like, this is my opportunity to trade for a Balam instead of having to pay like $140.
Right. Yeah, no, you did the smart move. And Valiant Knights are still I think that's one of the best figures in the line. It might be plain and Dorklair always says, the value is going to go down or it's not, but that figure is still super. It's $100, usually wherever you're looking.
Yeah, I mean, I've never seen somebody selling them for less than like 70.
Yeah,
and I'm like, it's a
good deal.
And stuff. You're buying them at $35. I mean, even on its lowest price, it's double what people pay for them.
I don't think they're at the tables anymore. I do believe Diego, the shipping guy, the shipping guru, said that they don't have them anymore. They might order some more. I'm not sure, but basically what's out there is what's out there. It went on sale in Legions Con. They did have them at shows, and it was shortly in the ISS sale, the in-stock sale. Right. But I think it sold out within like minutes. So,
right.
I do recommend.
I have one left. That's all I have. I think I had 3 at one point, but yeah,
I've got like 12. I think.
Nice. Good.
I'm a hoarder. I love that figure though. It's such a good figure, and I have probably 3 or 4. I have one signed just by Corn Boy. who's one of the horsemen, if people don't know. And then I have one signed just by Chris. He just signed the whole front of the. I'm like,
I've
dude,
seen it.
I was gonna get other people to sign that, man, but you took the whole whole clamshell.
Thanks
Chris,
for ruining it. I appreciate
Chris
it.
is the production manager from the Four Horsemen. For people that don't know, super
He has
crazy,
his own
super great
own
guy.
toy company called D13 Toys.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I'm like, do I have any
guy.
D13 toys around me? Great figures. But
he gave me one at Legion's Con last year. He gave me the glow in the dark, like green red version variant or whatever, and I did a review, and then I give it away on the channel. So I no longer have it.
You gave it away? Oh, that's right. I remember that
as a giveaway. Yeah, I give it as a giveaway.
I remember that.
I like to try to give away this stuff that, like, the few times that somebody has sent me something for a review, I like to.
Maybe we should do a giveaway.
We should absolutely.
Yeah.
All right, why don't we get into our unboxing of the Fire and Ice figure? Let's get into it. And let's see here. Oh, here we go. We have a new comment, V Dog. Hey guys,
what's up, V Dog? I saw you last night on Offworld. How you doing, V Dog?
Jeff says, I bought one Valiant Knight for $85 at retail at Echo Base. That's a place. I've heard of that place before because I had not seen one in person in the phone.
Did you open it, Jeff? I've heard of Echo Base. Yeah,
that place looks really cool.
It's such a great figure.
All right, I'm gonna get into this. So did you jump in on this like day one, like know it was coming? And
no, I knew about Fire and Ice. I saw it maybe once when I was younger. I thought the figure was cool. I saw Dork Layer's review, yada yada yada. So I knew it was a good figure. But it sold out. I did see it at PowerCon, I believe. I thought it was cool. It's one of those things where it's like, okay, it's in my peripheral. I see it. I do want it at some point, but I didn't make a move, and it sold out. So I get on the wait list, and eventually it converted. So I did get it. And also, incidentally, Tigra is on pre-order. So what does he say? Cannot stop.
Oh yeah, Jeff says, oh yeah, Greg, cannot stop articulating it. Yep.
Yes, it's so much fun.
And then Trevor says, did you guys pre-order Tigra? Yes, 100%. Yes. She looks amazing.
Trevor, did you do the photography? I think you did for Tigra. I didn't see if you did the photography for Dark Wolf here, but I think he did do some promo pics for Tigra, which are always fantastic. That Tigra figure, I love it. Like I sent a message. The sculptor is Eamon Donahue, I believe is his name.
I did not know that. Yeah, he's got a YouTube channel.
Yeah, he's in the Cabal. He's definitely a fan. But I sent him a message on, I think it was Instagram. I'm like, dude, the knees on Tigra are fantastic because the way it's sculpted, the knees, you can't see any joints if you're facing the front of the figure. You don't see any joint or anything. It's beautiful. It looks like her knees. And I told him that. I'm like, dude, I know this is a weird kind of message, but dude, those knees look fantastic. And he's like, thanks for noticing. And I'm like, thanks for noticing my message. I appreciate that.
Yeah, I saw a lot of people like commenting about how like the articulation is like limited on that figure. And I'm like, listen here, like there are some times when
right there.
I would prefer a figure to look like beautifully sculpted and enjoy that than rather it be super articulated. And I'm like, that's a hard balance to strike. And I'm like, I'm okay with like her joints, and even if it's limited articulation, she looks gorgeous.
This box, it's nice. It's got texture on the box, and the art is awesome.
I remember watching this movie when I was a kid and not really understanding it. I've gone back and watched it now as an adult, which you can. Fire and Ice is on YouTube. You can watch the entire thing for free. And I gotta say, it still holds up. The animation,
It
of course,
still
is
holds up. Yeah,
rotoscoped.
it's
You know,
Bakshi. Bakshi
Ralph
also
Bakshi,
did the
right?
Lord of the Rings, and the Hobbit movie, I believe.
Mhm.
I could be wrong.
Absolutely. Yep. No, you're right. You're right. And what's really cool, I love like when you take the figure out. Look, there's that Dark Wolf statue in the background.
That
That's
is
really
cool.
cool. Yeah, you're right. There's some texture, some raised texture on the front of this. It's really cool. Featuring 32 points of articulation, battle axe, bow, 3 arrows, 3 sets of hands, 3 facial expressions, and removable gear. So yeah, this is my first Frazetta Girls figure. I know it is their first figure they've put out. So I am super interested in this because this figure just looks beautiful, and I think it doesn't have the same proportions as like Mythic Legions, but I think I'm going to have this guy battling some of my Savage Crucible lizards, which coincidentally, Savage Crucible is going to be doing some, I believe they're going to be doing some, is it a Frank Frazetta figure in like one of their waves?
Are they? Oh yeah, it's like a barbarian savage barbarian. I pre-ordered that from their Kickstarter.
Oh my gosh, he smells good. He smells like the old. Here we go. We're back to smelling stuff again. He smells like old McFarlane toys from back in the day.
Yes, that kind of chemically plastic.
Yeah.
This is my Joe Biden. I'm gonna smell the back of his head. I'll smell them.
I love that photo. Trevor says the photos on the side and the inside, and then he said this was one.
Well done, sir.
This one was limited articulation prototype. His elbows didn't bend. Wow, very good to know. That's very cool.
I don't have a problem with the articulation. I think the articulation.
I don't either. I mean, because look, we're talking like single joint, but look at that. That's well past 90.
Yeah,
because of the way they sculpted the muscle, like right here, and there's a little cut in, so you're getting well past 90 on that single joint. You're getting past 90 on the single joint on the knee, which is nice. Yeah,
so
he is very well sculpted.
This is a Trevor photo right here, I believe, is what he was saying.
Oh yeah. So you're saying that the elbows didn't bend because that was a limited. Oh wow! So he had to do the best he could with what he had.
This right here is my pose when I get out of work every day. Like, I'm free.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So if you guys can see this right here, like the texture on the fur on his loincloth is
also incredible. The back of his smelling good head, or his headpiece.
Look at the texture all over the skin and like the vein work, like in the muscles. Look at
the vein work. Are those scars on his back, or is that just like mean musculature? Your lighting is better.
Maybe it's scars.
Yeah.
But yeah, this guy looks incredible.
Yeah, I'm glad we both pulled the trigger on this figure because it is and the skin feels good. The plastic, it doesn't feel cheap. It's I think it's similar to like maybe a bear skinned mythic figure.
Check out this joint
it's a
right
little
here
glossier.
On the shoulder. Yeah, you're right.
It's a little glossier.
It is, like, I guess under my lighting, but like when I pull it away, it doesn't have that. It's not glossy the way that Super Sevens figures.
No. It's like a nice sheen. But what I also like, and maybe you can show it better in your picture, look how the stomach muscle, like the abs, like they just make it more abs. Like we're
right.
Yeah, I have that too. When I
of course
when I articulate, you see extra muscle when I table muscle.
This shoulder joint is really awesome. If I can get in here and show you, like it kind of like drops down a little bit, like, and then like rotates underneath. I don't know. It just feels like a little. It's got some mobility there that's really, really good. I don't remember if it was Bill from Dork Lair or Toy Bro who said this does not feel like the first action figure from this.
No, no, I agree.
This
I don't.
feels like a
I,
figure that is from a company that has been around for a
yeah.
long time and knows what they're doing. So I think they're going to have.
Was it Icon?
They're
Icon
going to have
Collectibles. But it was sculpted also by Eamon, and this guy knows what he's doing for sure. He knows where to put the joints. The knees are kind of similar to Tigra's, but I would say that the Tigra knees are better. I'm not a knee guy. I know I'm being kind of focusing on that, but I was just so like, if you can create a figure that hides some of the joints or makes it a little less, especially for people that do photography and stuff.
right.
If you can sculpt it so that the joints are not so noticeable, because I think that when you have pictures of figures seeing the joints and stuff, it kind of takes away from the reality, from the realisticness of the figure. But this one is really well made, really well made. I'm glad I bought this figure. I would recommend it. Definitely recommend it. Yeah, this is my pose when I get out of work every day. Yeah, totally recommend it. He comes with a bow. He comes with an axe and some face plates. I'm not sure how to replace the face plates. Do you just pop his head off?
Yeah. So here's one of the things that I wanted to show off about this figure that I thought was really, really sweet. Is that this is a fully nude buck underneath. If you take all this stuff off.
How dare you, sir?
I know, right? We need a sensor bar. But look, if you take the hands off, his gauntlets come off. So his little wrist gauntlets come off. And check this out. You pop the foot off, and even his boots slide off to where he doesn't have any boots. Now, had this figure come with like two bare feet, I think that would have been pretty sweet, because basically, you put that, it looks like he's got on like some house slippers.
Right. Oh yeah. I've never seen anyone do that before. Look at that.
The boots come off completely.
Yeah.
100%. You can make your own nude buck. Like if you wanted to use this for customizing or whatever, I think that is absolutely, it's insane. Like I've never seen somebody do that before.
And the faceplate's very easy to replace, to go in and out. Yeah, you can tell. Like I feel like this figure was made by people that know how to make figures.
100%.
They made quality. They didn't make crap. This is definitely a well-made figure. This is not a gripe. This is not a gripe, but I would say, like, it's a little nitpicky, but I would have made the leather bracelets maybe a shade different, because it's very close to the skin tone of the figure. But that's just being nitpicky. I love it.
I agree with you. They're just a little too close to the same similar.
Yeah, but I'm in love, dude. This figure is Trevor, if you're still on there, man, give me a thumbs up if Tigra is as amazing as this Dark Wolf, because this figure, dude, I'm enthralled. It's a million times better than I even was expecting. Love it.
Let's see. Northern Nomad, who joined us last week, says, "Oh, Wolfhead guy from the anime movie Fire and Ice." Absolutely.
Yes, Wolfhead guy. Now, I don't know if I've watched the whole thing. Eamon designed it. The sculpture name is on the bottom of the box. Yes.
Okay, let's see here. I'll read all that stuff while you're continuing to play with that. So production leader was Joe Weber for Frazetta Girls, Sarah Frazetta. Project management, product design and packaging, Eamon O'Donoghue. Sculpting by Aaron Doyle. Paint masters by Matt O'Toole. Photography by our very own Trevor Williams, who's joining us today.
The man, 1-6. Matt O'Toole, Isn't he
I know,
with Savage Crucibles?
I know that name. I know that name.
I love this. The head sculpt too is really, it's super detailed.
Oh, look here, little scoop. There are many more to come.
Mm,
We need
very
a
exciting.
scoop
Yeah.
graphic.
If
Like the
yeah,
guys
I know, right? Like Chris is on Fourish.
Mhm.
Yeah, if this is an indication, like I'm sure Tigra is going to be just as good. I think Tigra ships. I thought they said August, July, August. Yeah, I'm down for a shelf of
Yeah,
this quality. I'm always a sucker for barbarians.
me too. Sword and sorcery is like my bread and butter. I
Yeah,
love it.
I think the Mezco Conan is going to be a little bit shorter than
Yeah.
him.
I don't have the first Mezco Conan, but I do have the second one, the King Conan, on pre-order, and there's one of the faceplates swapped out.
Yes, yeah, I did the same
Looks really
faceplate.
good.
Yeah,
Looks
I don't know why my
so
lighting
good.
is not that good.
That's okay. We'll figure it out. Hey,
We'll
this is only
figure
our
it out.
second show.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. We'll
We're
iron it
so
out. But yeah,
professional around here.
this figure is phenomenal. I love it, and I can't wait to see what other because I'm thinking, was Dark Wolf, he was not like the main character, but I think this was a good choice.
Right. Yeah, there was
Out of the
another
gate.
hero that goes on the adventure, and then
Yeah,
there's
he
like the bad
saves
guy.
Tigra. He runs into Tigra, and they hang out and
And Tigra comes with that beautiful Black Panther.
yes,
Oh man.
yeah, for sure. But yeah, this is gonna proudly go on my shelf. It's a great figure, and I'm excited for what is to come. Excellent.
Blake, aka Recon Rage, says, "I feel the wrist straps would have been better in the same dark colors as other leather." Absolutely.
Yeah,
100%.
yeah, no, that's a good idea. Yeah, just and it's being nitpicky, but it's just my thought.
Yeah,
If I was production design or whatever production on it, I would have been like, you know what, those are just a hair too close to the skin shade. Which I love the skin shade. I'm like the skin tone on the figure obscura. I love the darker. You know, we're so used to skin tones being a certain color, and you know, it's nice
right.
to get other shades of skin tones. So
Absolutely.
it's nice.
100%. I really love how the GI Joe team over at Hasbro takes that into consideration whenever they're, putting like the like the different
Yes,
skin tones
they
of the
give
Cobra officers,
alternate heads and things like that. Yeah,
like the
I agree
Televiper
with that.
skin tones.
Yeah.
And so I gotta say, talking about GI Joe is a really good segue for our next segment of the show. Oh man, it never gets old. It never gets old. Yes, that's exactly what I was talking about. Northern Nomad says the blonde guy character from Fire and Ice is named Larn. Okay, great.
Okay, yeah, I didn't know his name, but yeah,
Me either. It's been a while.
Hero guy.
Oh yeah, and then Trevor said, yeah, Larn was the main hero character. Yeah,
Larn. Thank you guys.
I'm down for this because I love, like, because right now I would say probably my main my main barbarians, sword and sorcery, all that stuff is coming from Mythic Legions, but I'm glad that there are other companies that are coming in and making figures.
Absolutely, there's room for everybody.
Right,
just
Crucible.
Give us quality. That's all we ask for. Just quality, good aesthetics. I was mentioning that last night on Legion's chat because people were talking about Savage Crucible and Mythics, and I'm like, there doesn't need to be any kind of conflict or any kind of. We just want good toys. We just want stuff that looks cool. Just that's it.
Yeah. It's not going to take away from one collection or the other.
No.
Money is limited. You do have to make choices, but my shelf is an equal opportunity shelf.
Yes, that's right. It's a mishmash. Yeah.
All right, so let's get into GI Joe. V Dog says, "I love cartoon accurate characters. Do you like the Super 7 GI Joe figures?"
I do.
I do.
Yeah, Snake Eyes is one of my favorite figures. I know it's kind of weird that he's got the bare hands, but that's how it was in the cartoon. I'm hoping they do another version of Snake Eyes for the later. But I love that basic commando, and he's in purple, which is cool. So purple and blues. But yeah, I do love the Super 7 cartoon versions of
I
those.
do too. Yeah, I mean, I think there's again, there's room for all of the different Joes that are
Mhm.
coming
And
out right
speaking
now.
of Super 7, me and Mark are going to be unboxing our VAC Metal Silverhawk soon. We're
Yes.
just waiting for Mr. Postman to deliver those. So we're going to open
Yeah.
those babies up. I do have some other ones to open, so we can do that too.
Yeah, that'll probably be. So we do need it real quick before we get into to the Joes. I think we've talked about. So next weekend I'm going to be in Heroes Con in Charlotte, North Carolina. So that'll be on. I'll be there Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and then the following weekend on Saturday I'm going to be at Joe Fest. So
Lucky.
for the, I know, right? But that'll be my last big two. Oh no, I'm doing IshCon, so we'll see each other at IshCon soon. So that'll be like the rest of my summer. But I think next week and the week after, we're still going to give you guys videos on Saturday morning, but we'll probably just have to pre-record them and then post them. So you guys can still we'll have them go live on Saturday morning at 10 a.m. They just won't be a live show just for the next 2 Saturdays, unfortunately. But let's get into it. We had a lot of stuff revealed this week on Yo Joe June on June 4th. And we're going to get right into it because there was a lot revealed. A lot was leaked the day and the 2 days before, but they still were able to hold back a couple of check this out. V-Dog says, hopefully I can meet you at Joe Fest. I'll be there on Saturday. All right.
Awesome.
V-Dog, I don't know what you look like, but you know what I look like. Come find me and let's slap hands, man. Let's do it.
Slap
sure.
Bump knuckles.
That's right. Let's do it. All right. So we're gonna dive right in to the very first render for the day, and that was the Saw Viper, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
This was the very first render they showed off. This is a really cool looking figure, but I think it's one that I will pass on because I don't collect every single thing that comes out. I really kind of focus on getting the Joes that I had when I was a kid.
Yeah, I'm about the same, like Airborne and the older figures or nostalgia based ones I go for. So
yeah,
I'm with
this
you.
does look cool. I know the Purple Gang guys will love this guy, but this is one that I will pass on. But this next one is one I will be getting, and that is Dial Tone.
Yes,
I was definitely one of my favorites when I was a kid, and this is a very good modern remake of that figure because I love that the same style, like the backpack where it comes over his head. I think that looks great. They said his backpack opens up and there's more stuff inside, so that's really cool.
I love that. That's cool. Yeah, I love little features like that.
So I'm going to scroll down real quick because these were images from the show. But here's something that I did want to. We're going to go back to the 4 characters that were pre-ordered, but I did want to show off that we are getting some more retro figures in the retro carded line, and one of them, Stalker. Oh, this makes me so happy.
That explosive fire thing, it just brings back all the nostalgia feels. I love. Yeah, that works for me.
Yeah, Lenny, I think, was talking on the show about when they designed the packaging for the G.I. Joe Classified series, several years ago when the line launched, that they decided to make it modern. So they got rid of that explosion. But he said that it felt like while they were bringing them into the modern day lineup and the modern day aesthetic, he was like, we did feel like we lost something when you lose that explosion. And so he's like, when they were able to do the retro cards, they were like, we got to find a way to bring that explosion back, and that's why the retro card figures but have that, and it just there's no other way. So I love this old school look. This is a complete resculpt for Stalker here. I love that old school Stalker look.
I never definitely Stalker, but I always thought he was cool, so I will definitely pick that up.
Yep, he is looking great. And then, man, that card art is incredible. And then the next one that we're getting is a Cobra
Yeah,
officer on that
that
retro card.
yes, all day. I'm gonna get a couple of those. I love that.
Yeah, and they're a brighter blue.
Yeah,
And he did say that they did Lenny did talk about moving forward. They are now going to, which is why they didn't do this in the beginning. I don't know, but I'm not knocking the Joe team. Has listened to fans. They've made corrections over the years. They fixed things that needed to be fixed, and whereas like the first wave of those figures was like super modern and kind of based on that really bad G.I. Joe video game that came out around the same time, where they were like, let's make every Joe modern. The fans were like, no, what we really want is we want modern articulation 6-inch scale
yeah,
figures that look exactly like the old figures.
yes,
So they shifted, they've done
yes.
that. I think they've corrected all the figures that they put out in the beginning have now been redesigned and re-put out in the classic looks. And so we're all caught up now. But they did say that moving forward, they're going to standardize all the neck pegs so that all heads can be popped and swapped between
Nice.
figures. I think that's a great.
Yeah.
I don't know if you got a chance to watch the big reveal that day, but I
No,
watched the whole thing, and there was a lot of really good information in there. So you can see that yeah, the colors are a brighter blue, and that just looks good. All the ammo, all the weapons like laid out in the package look great.
that was one of my first figures. My mom got me this. It was kind of a cheesy set, but it was like a cardboard. It was like a rocket or like a scene of like the Cobra Command center, and it came with Cobra Commander with the silver helmet, the face plate, that trooper, and then another Cobra trooper. And the figures were cool. The background was kind of that was thrown in the closet or whatever, but the
Right.
figures were amazing. So yeah, that was my first. I think that was my first GI Joe set. Was that cardboard setup, but very cool. Yeah, I'm all for that. I'm more of a Joe guy than a Cobra guy, but I do love that trooper. I think it's
Yeah.
fantastic.
Jeff says, do you mix retros in with your contemporaries or you display them separately? I mix them in with the contemporaries like 100%. Like you got to. And the next up is one that we've all been waiting for, which is awesome, and that is Cobra
Yes.
Commander with the correct logo, not the Mickey Mouse logo that came with the Hiss tank, and he has a vac metal faceplate.
Does
Which
he have the hair dryer gun as well?
he does. Yeah, there he is.
Yeah, it's such a strange gun.
Right.
It's like a hair dryer, like a to catch speeding cars or something.
Yeah. And if you look, he does have the little backpack piece that plugs in where the gun stores on his back, like the
I
old
thought that
figure
was
did.
such a cool feature as a kid. I love that.
Yeah. I'm glad this has been announced and that it's coming out because I still have the Hiss tank, which I haven't opened yet, and I have that Cobra Commander that looks like this on card. And I always thought, like, when I open it, am I going to open that Cobra Commander? And now I don't have to. I can keep
Right.
him on card and open this one.
Yeah.
So that makes me very happy that this is coming out.
And
I know a lot of people said that they were waiting for the hooded Cobra Commander, and they were thinking that was going to happen. I don't think that's ever going to happen. They said initially that it was never going to happen because they don't want to go with hooded characters anymore, or they want to get away from that. And so I think everybody can stop asking for it. I don't think it's going to happen. And there's custom heads out there. If you want, I have one. I have a hooded Cobra Commander. I love my hooded Cobra Commander. It's amazing. But
I get it, but I don't really. I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's me, but I don't really see why there shouldn't be a hooded Cobra Commander. I don't.
right.
Like, I'm not connecting anything else to a hooded Cobra Commander. Like, I'm not.
Other than exactly.
Yeah.
It's kind of it's a weird line because I will say that I feel the same way about a hooded Cobra Commander, the same way that I feel about Megatron being a gun. You know what I'm saying? Like, Transformers will never make Megatron a gun again. They never will because, of all the implications that your kids are playing with guns, or they could be mistaken for a real gun and that has real world implications. I get it. I understand it. But Megatron's a gun. That's what he is. He's a gun. He's not a tank or a jet with a big cannon on it.
Yeah, we're not going to go rob a bank with a Megatron gun.
You know, I think it's all about, you know, yeah. So I agree with you. I don't connect Cobra Commander to any real world entities that use hoods.
Right. Right.
In my mind, I don't even see that, because to me, those two things are so wholly separate and disconnected. I just don't.
I think
we live in strange times, man. We live in strange times.
Just trying to, you know, prevent getting sued, I guess. So sure, I get it. I think it's overboard, but
yeah, I have a custom hooded head that I got off of eBay that was already painted, and it's beautiful, and it fits on my Cobra Commander. It's on my shelf right now. You know, I think he looks great. I will probably get 2 of these Cobra Commanders, and then get another hooded head and paint it that lighter blue and put it on this body and have like a classic hooded Cobra Commander like on my shelf. I probably
it's not an exclusive, so they should be easy to pick up.
Yeah, for sure, absolutely. Next, we're going to get into a figure that is clearly this is my all-time favorite GI Joe figure. It's Alpine. I have a custom Alpine on my shelf that I made from some Gridiron Studios parts and a Stalker body. And I absolutely love it. Alpine is my favorite Joe of all time, so I am glad to finally get him in the line. Oh, man, this guy just makes me so happy.
Yeah, that's a great figure. Yeah.
Lenny was even showing off that underneath his jacket, the shirt says Idaho, because the character is from Idaho, so he's got on an Idaho t-shirt underneath his jacket.
I feel like Hasbro's really focusing on the Joe line, making their stuff just even better. You know, their articulation, the face sculpts, the accessories.
Yeah,
it's definitely I think their main line, making kind of Black Series like the Stepchild or something.
Yeah, I mean, the amount of storytelling that goes on just on the figure. I mean, there's so much storytelling that goes on. You can see so much detail.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah, he looks great. I'm so happy to finally get him in the line. And the fact that his hat and goggles are removable and it's all one head sculpt is just insane to me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he looks beautiful.
Yeah.
And I guess I never knew that his name was Albert Pine. I don't think I ever knew that. I definitely didn't know that as a kid.
Yeah, I don't think I knew that either. And I'm so glad that they're doing the window boxes again.
Yeah. Going back to that, I'm happy about that. I actually really like this new packaging. I think it looks really nice. It's very clean. Next up, they're offering the Iron Grenadier bat. Again, this is one that I think I'm going to pass on because I have my classic bats, which I love. But I think this is one that I'm going to pass on. But they did talk about the heads being swappable with the next figure that we're going to look at. So what are your, and they did talk about how they're finally giving us a clear chest plate for the bat. They're not opaque anymore. And so you can put this chest plate on any of the other bats that you have in your collection.
I did pre-order one. I like the gold. It's a cool figure. I'm not an army builder of any kind.
Right. Me either.
If it's cool, I'll pick it up. And that kind of, it looks like it would be cool to have a couple on your shelf. But yeah, I ordered one for sure, just because I like the gold. The chest piece is cool.
The head is incredible. That head is menacing. That looks great.
Yeah.
I'm more excited for what this means for the future of the line, honestly, because the next up we have the Iron Grenadier Soldier, and I am all about this. Like this guy, I'll need 2 of these guys for sure.
Yeah, that's currently sold out on Hasbro Pulse. I gave it a shot and it was sold out. I was a little too late, but great looking figure. I love the coat. Super cool. A lot of personality. Love the head.
Yeah. There's so much you can do with this. This looks great. Yeah, I have 2 of these on pre-order. I pre-ordered them all from Big Bad Toy Store. and he looks great because, and again, Iron Grenadiers. This just lets me know that Destro Iron Grenadier is not too far behind.
Right.
Yeah, that just lets us know that he's coming, and he's coming down the road, and he's going to be great. So yeah, I have 2 of him pre-ordered, and then my other favorite GI Joe character, Good Guy Storm Shadow. Look at this guy. I am so impressed with this. I've been waiting for this figure for a while.
Yeah, really well made. And I think they're showing off the articulation by him being in his little cross-legged. There's a couple pictures that really show off his articulation.
Oh yeah.
And
my only gripe with this, now I do have a gripe, and I'm probably going to fix this when I get it in hand, is how he's got like this little black loincloth piece that drops down.
I noticed that.
So I want to see like what is underneath there, because I may cut that off completely since it wasn't on the original figure, and I may go ahead and paint like his shin armor white as well, because this figure, like his belt and his boots and all of it was white when we were kids, and I think to me that's the only part that I don't like, is that they've added a little too much like darker tones in there.
Did he have the bare forearms, the original figure?
I don't know.
I don't remember that. I could be wrong. I don't remember that. But I loved on this one where you can see the tattoo, the red tattoo on his forearm.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's a great shot. It's not a 1/6 shooter Trevor shot, but it's a great shot.
So he did have, if you can see that, he did have the bare forearms on that figure.
Oh, he did. Okay.
But you can see how like he doesn't have like that loincloth or like the flaps on the side, and his boots are white. I really like that all white look with just like the black robe.
Yeah, it's clean. It's a clean.
Yeah. So I may look, mine a little bit, but yeah, I enjoy it. I am super happy about this figure. And you were talking about articulation. Look at that. That's crazy.
Ton of accessories too.
Look at that. Yeah, he comes with so much stuff.
I love that these guys can carry their gear, like Snow Job can carry all of his gear. Look at all the stuff he comes with. Right.
So much stuff. Yeah, this figure is amazing. One that I've been waiting for a while. So
definitely worth $25.
Oh my gosh, absolutely. And then so let's go back, because they weren't done there. We're gonna go back to this page here, and I'm using His Tank, by the way. That's one of my favorite G.I. Joe news websites.
Yeah, that's a good web page.
So they also went into some. Okay, so here's some of their Hasbro Pulse exclusives, and this is the Spirit, Iron Knife, and Lowlight Sarge's Marauders 2-pack.
It's a 2-pack, yeah.
Yep. So these guys will come together. They look beautiful, but this is a set I'm going to skip on. Now they did say in the live stream that this is a new bird, so it's not Freedom. They wanted to offer up a different bird. What? So it's a completely different bird. They give his name, like it's on the package. I can't remember what it is, but it's a different bird, because I just wanted to like give you a different option for your figures. But yeah, Spirit looks really good. We've only had one Mad Marauder repaint, and that was Barbecue from a long time ago.
Yeah, it's been a minute.
But yeah, you can see all the stuff they come with, and the bird does come with 2 sets of wings, folded in and outstretched. So you can pose that how you want. There's the wings outstretched there.
Yeah, I like that Spirit figure. That's nice.
And that was a Hasbro exclusive, and I thought they showed maybe one of the packages, but so I could get you that bird's name, but I didn't. And then they showed off Sarge, and this is really cool. The Man. I think this figure
look at that.
Yeah, that's a great pose right there.
That's how we do our push-ups, right?
I know, every morning. He comes with Big Boa's weights and his gloves from the Big Boa figure. Look at that. So good.
Yeah.
And then he even comes with a little mini figure, just like the other Sarge did, but this is actually a Mad Marauders version of that figure.
Yeah. Awesome.
which is look at. I mean, look at this. It's even he's hitting the Cobra officer like in the face with the toy, which is crazy. And then this was neat. They said they had a little file card on the back, and then the sergeant's points from the old figures, which are non-redeemable. They said you don't clip those out; they're not redeemable. But he comes with that little soft goods bag to store all of his gear in. And again, I believe that this is a Hasbro Pulse exclusive. Are you getting this, Sarge?
I will, for sure. Yeah, I bought 2 of the last one. I had one autographed by Sarge.
Nice.
Such a good figure too. It's just a beautiful figure. So, yeah. Definitely. For me, Sarge is just part of the GI Joe. It's so much fun. You know?
Yeah,
love it. So, yeah, I would pick up Sarge for sure.
And he also was an Amazon and a Pulse exclusive as well, and he is up for pre-order now. And then we get to the big reveal, which I am so happy about.
Yes.
And that is the GI Joe Stinger.
Knew it was coming, but yeah,
we knew it was coming. I feel bad for everybody who bought 2 Vamps and then painted one to make a Stinger. I feel bad for those guys. Because this thing just looks incredible. There are some updates from the Vamp, mainly the rooftop part and like the doors that hinge open, the gull wing doors. You've got the missile attachment on the back with some different like blast effects. You've got this plate across the back that you can pop off and put onto other vehicles. It even has like the little tow hitch there for the missile system from the HISS tank. If you want to tow that on there, you certainly can.
Looks like the doors they open differently. They're kind of like gull wing doors.
Yeah.
Was the original? I thought the doors.
I think I don't know. Let's look and see.
I could be wrong, but I thought the doors opened differently on the Stinger, on the old one.
Look at that. There's the old one. They're gull wing.
Okay, I'm wrong again.
There, yeah, they open up that way. That's really cool. So that's neat. I think they said that there is there's new deco on the inside, and then the front plate folds down on the window just like the Vamp does. And then they showed off that new intake on the hood. That's a different piece than the Vamp. Same engine.
Yeah.
I mean, look at that. Look at all those blast effects that are on the table there. That's
it's incredible. Cool that they change things up a little bit, so it's not just an exact, because there would be people complaining like, you just changed the color, you didn't do anything different. But no, they changed things up for sure and added things. And you got this beautiful figure too. I love that.
The Stinger driver in that gray just looks beautiful. And again, like we're talking about, look at the face print. Like they didn't just go with like, your standard skin tone. They mixed it up a little bit, and I appreciate that. It looks really nice.
I have not opened my other Vamp. Have you opened yours yet?
I did. I think I even did a review of it. It's really good. I haven't opened my Stinger. I mean, my HISS tank. I have the HISS tank, the 3-pack of the HISS tank soldiers, and I have the missile system. And I've never opened any of it. It's still just sitting in my floor. I need to sit down and do a massive review of all of it.
Bad day. Just open all those up.
Yeah, I think that's probably what mentally I'm thinking of. Is that and then these will go up Tuesday, the 16th, for Amazon and Pulse for everybody to get their hands on this. And that's going to be great because you don't have to be a Pulse member to like grab it immediately. As a matter of fact, Tuesday morning when this live stream was getting ready to go at 11 a.m., Tuesday morning at like 9 a.m., my Hasbro Pulse subscription expired.
Mine
I got that.
Yeah, I just did. But I recommend to people, if you buy Black Series or G.I. Joe or Power Rangers or Dungeons and Dragons, or Marvel Legends, I recommend that Hasbro Pulse. It's $50, $52, I think.
Yeah, and you'll save that shipping.
Yes,
you'll pay for the shipping alone.
And also you get heads up, like if things go back in stock. You also get early release where you can pre-order like a couple hours before everyone else does. So it's benefiting. I'm not trying to sell Hasbro. My dog is snoring really loud right now, but I'm not trying to sell Hasbro. But if you're a Hasbro buyer, then it's worth it to buy that.
Right. So just to recap, when all this stuff goes up, these 4 figures went up on Tuesday. I'm pretty sure anybody watching this is, already knows about this, but those are already up for pre-order. These 3 will go up on pre-order on Hasbro Pulse at 1 p.m. Eastern next Tuesday, 6/11. So a couple of days from now, you'll be able to get
sell out.
And other fan retailers. So also like Big Bad Toy Store, Amazon, Entertainment Earth, places like that will go out and they will sell out. You're absolutely correct. Yeah. I'm going to be getting 1 Stalker and 2 Cobra Commanders.
Yes. Sure. I'm with you on that. I will get the Cobra Trooper. I might get 2 Cobra Troopers, 2 Cobra Commanders, and 1 Stalker.
Stalker.
If it sells out on Hasbro Pulse, which it will, that doesn't make sense to me, but it does. But Big Bag Toy Store usually will have a longer, window of availability.
Right.
So they will get stocked back in. They will restock sometimes. So
yeah, and I think Big Bag Toy Store is like $1 more. So like if these are $24.99 on Hasbro, Big Bad Toy Store will probably have them for $25.99.
Worth it. It's okay.
Yeah, it's a buck a figure. So those will go up on 6/11. What was Low Light Spirit and Niall is the bird's name. I knew it was on the package somewhere. These will go up. This is a Hasbro Pulse exclusive. It'll go up at 1 p.m. on 6/18. So not this Tuesday, but the next Tuesday for Pulse members, and then 2 p.m. for everybody else if it's not sold out. And sometimes it does sell out before all fans get them. Mm-hmm. They don't hold product back. Apparently, they let it all out there. So that 2-pack will go live then, and then that same day, Sarge will go up on Amazon and Hasbro Pulse starting at 1 p.m. Eastern, and then the Stinger on that same day will go up at Amazon and Pulse starting at.
Will sell out. I promise that will sell out. A lot of guys did not get the Vamp. It sold out. I don't know if it's up anymore. If it came back.
I think it came back once. I think it came back in one time and was up.
Make some moves on it. You won't get charged until it actually is ready to ship.
Right. So
yeah, pre-order it from Hasbro if you can, because that baby will sell out. I guarantee it.
Yep,
I mean, it's not
sure. That Stinger looks incredible. Yeah. And then there is and the only thing we didn't talk about was they did drop a name only, and that is Footloose. Okay. They didn't show a digital render, but they did say Footloose is a coming. All right. So that is it. That is going to do it for the G.I. Joe deep dive. Let's get back into the comments before we head out, because we're at about like an hour and 20. Let's see. Jeff says, there it is. My most favorite, the Grenadier bat. Love me some droids. Absolutely.
Jack, did you pick up the Super 7 version? It's a nice figure.
I have the blue San Diego Comic Con version of that.
I have the other one.
Blake says, pass. How you can never have enough bats. That's true. I will say that I do love the Arctic bat. I have a couple of that guy. That guy is pretty awesome.
He wanted to make sure you got enough, Blake. He wanted to make sure that he passed his to you, Blake, so you can have this.
V-Dog says, are these G.I. Joe classified? Yes, they are. 100%. Knox 1011 says that leg stretch pose they had him in is awesome. 100%.
Absolutely. That they're flexing on that one. They're definitely showing off their articulation.
Then V-Dog says, thank you. I'm not sold on that line yet. I have to see them in hand. If I get them, Joe Fest will be a great opportunity.
They're fun, yeah. V-Dog. Like me and Mark, we just cherry pick. We look for the ones that we like that catch our eye. A lot of it is nostalgia based. It's our age. The Stalker and Hiss and Cobra Commander and Snake Eyes and stuff. That gets us. So yeah, that's what I buy. I don't buy really the new flashy stuff. I get the Airborns and the Recondos and the older figures that we did.
Sure. And I want them to look just like they did before. Like you and I just both got the Recondo, that's not the oh, what was the version? Tiger Force Recondo was the first one they
Force.
put out. Yeah, and then they have the classic one on the card now, and then Duke and Scarlet. They look great on
Yes.
the cards.
I need to open those. Bazooka too. They did that. They did the white shirt bazooka.
Tiger Force first.
Yeah.
And then the original. They did that. I think they do the same thing with. Did they do the same thing with Dusty? No, it was Outback. They did Tiger Force Outback first before they did regular Outback, which hurt because I love Outback. He's probably my second favorite Joe.
Outback's a good one. Yeah,
I love it. So, man, we had a lot of people join us today. Thank you guys for joining us and chatting us. You know, you guys add so much to the show when you comment.
We appreciate it.
Yeah, that's something that, you know, Greg and I can't bring to the show on ourselves. We
mean, we could blab all day, but it's fun to have the interaction and people that are actually and people that might chime in and know some stuff like Trevor that, you know, we didn't know. So thank you.
Yeah.
Appreciate you guys.
So yes, and I can't believe that like Trevor joined the show. That's crazy. Both Trevors. We had two Trevors. Well, thank you, buddy. I appreciate you sitting down and chatting with me again. Saturday mornings. I know you probably had a long night last night, and so I appreciate you getting up bright and early this morning and making this happen.
It's worth it. You're worth waking up for, buddy.
Oh, thank you, man. Thank you. I so appreciate it. So yeah, just to recap real quick, just in case anybody missed it earlier when we said it, is that the next 2 weeks we're probably going to do a pre-recorded show and then post those on Saturday mornings because I'm going to be out of pocket for the next two weekends, which is going to be okay because I'm going to get my hands on some cool new toys.
Buying some more.
Making it and spending it at the same time. My wife hates when I get up and leave the table because she's like, there he goes. He's going to go spend the money he just made.
Yeah, absolutely.
The good thing is that as a vendor, as an artist at the con, at Heroes Con, I get to get in like even before the VIPs because I have to be there to set up my table. And so like I get to like I'll go set up my table and then I'm going to go immediately to the Mythic Legions and Savage Crucible tables, which are not that far apart. I've already looked on the map like to try to figure out where they are in relation to me. And then I can be there and be like, all right, as soon as it switches over, you know, to the VIP, and like those people still have to walk from the entrance to get to the table, already going to be in line.
You have to know what they have at the Four Horsemen table.
Yeah, I don't know. I do know that they're possibly going to have some of their reissue figures. I love
that. I'm looking for gonks. Cool. See a gonks there.
Oh man, yeah. You have to give me a list of what you're looking for, and then I know that they are going to have Outpost Saxius there as well. That's been now been confirmed. So I'm excited for that. And I need to get a couple more Poxus figures. I have 2 left that I need to get. And
which ones do you need?
Is it Tharnog? Is the orc brute scale shaman?
Yeah.
And the evil wizard Zarak?
Arazak.
Arazak. Okay. I need to get him. Those are the last 2 from Poxus, and I'll have that wave completed. And then from Outpost Saxius, I'm looking for the girl that you just had up. I forgot her name.
Kalian Shun. No.
Okay. Her. I'm looking to get the red jet and Scourge and the other gray alien. I hope to pick those up. And then from Savage Crucible, I'm looking for the Imperial Sentry, which is like their con exclusive. That's the one you can only get from Kickstarter or the cons. I'm going to grab you one if they have them.
Thank you.
Getting the Shadow Slate, and then the other 2 that I missed, the Royal Guard and Nim Villamir or whatever from
the Imperial Sentry. That was the one that was painted by Eric Miller.
I believe so. Yeah, that's the exclusive, the one that's kind of like an orangey color.
Yeah.
So I'll be picking those up. So yeah, that's yeah. I'm already blowing my budget already.
Yeah, that's all right. We got one life, man. We got to build toys. Build up with toys.
All right. So Greg, unless you have anything else, we're going to wrap this up. We're right at the 124 mark. So we kept it to under an hour and a half, just like last week.
No, I appreciate everyone that was watching. I appreciate you. Thank you guys very much. And be good to each other. Thank you.
All right. We'll see you next week, guys. Have a good one.